Hey weirdos, welcome back to my channel. My name is EmmaAbe, and today we're going to be doing a video about kind of what I want to read in 2020, and that is specifically connected to the Goodreads Choice Award winners. There's about 20-ish books. I haven't read any of them. I've read some of the other ones that were nominated for the nonfiction category. I did vote this year primarily with the nonfiction categories because those are the ones that I read. The whole goal of this 2020 year-long project is to expand my reading, try new things, see if I like them, all of that good stuff. So let's get started. Obviously, the usual disclaimer, I cannot pronounce things. I'm sorry, that is just part of things, so do not be upset if I mispronounce things. The fiction award winner this year was The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. I have not read The Handmaid's Tale, and that is something that I would like to do before I go on to read The Testaments. So I've heard good things about both. The Handmaid's Tale is a book that I have been looking to get into, I've been wanting to read. I haven't really because of just trying to find the audiobook and it was too hard, so I'm kind of excited to read The Testaments. Yeah, I'm excited. The winner for the second category, or the mystery and thriller category, is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelids. And I know nothing about this book. Thriller, mystery isn't really something I read normally. Fiction in general isn't really something I read very often. So yeah, this will be curious. I don't really know anything about it, so I'm kind of going in blind. The next category is historical fiction, and the winner for that is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And I've seen this book all over BookTube. It was, I believe the other one that was really popular was like The Seven Wives of Evelyn Hugo or something like that. Or Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And I haven't read that one either. So I don't know. I think this one will be interesting. I think because you actually get to hear the music, which I think is awesome. I think that that will be a really awesome experience. I'm really excited for it. These sort of like band stories, like stories about specific bands, isn't really something that I gravitate to normally a lot. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe it'll be fun. The next category is fantasy, and the winner of that is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is another really popular book on BookTube, and again, I have not read it. I haven't read a lot of the popular books on BookTube. I don't really know anything about it. Was it this one that was being passed around on Disability Readathon to read because there's disability rep in it? If it is, then that's exciting, but I don't really know. I'm kind of going in blind. So yeah, another one that I don't know, but I know it is fantasy. I do know I like fantasy. Fantasy is fun. It'll be interesting. The next category is romance, and for that was Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQueenston. And I heard a lot of really positive things, and I heard a lot of really negative things. I think one of the characters is bisexual. It'll be interesting to see how the rep in that plays out. I don't really know what I'm expecting. I'm hoping it's cute, but I've also heard that their romance is kind of like problematic. That's not a fun thing to look forward to, but I'm trying to give these books as much of a chance as I can, and I do like romance stuff. It is one of the few books being produced lately that features quite prevalently an LGBTQ romance. It is the main romance, and that doesn't happen a lot in fiction. It doesn't really happen a lot really ever in movies, in books, and that is why so many people initially were so excited. But I don't know. I'm excited nonetheless because of the rep, so we'll see what happens and how it goes down. I'll let you know. The next category is science fiction, and that is Recursion by Blake Crouch. I don't know anything about this. Science fiction can be cool. I prefer my science fiction really sciencey and really math heavy. We'll see. I don't really know. I don't know much about this book. That's all I'm going to say about it. The next category is horror, and that was The Institute won it by Stephen King. That's really no surprise. I feel like Stephen King always wins this award. I've been exploring more into Stephen King this year. It's been an interesting experience. We're gonna see how that goes. I've heard a lot, but I also haven't really heard a lot, if that makes any sense. It's been popping up a lot. Maybe I just haven't been paying really close attention. It's a mixed bag, but I don't really know. I'm excited though. You know, Stephen King he's a powerhouse in horror. The next category is humor, and the book that won that is Dear Girls, Intimate Details, Untold Secrets, and Advice for Living Your Best Life by Ali Wong. And I am so excited to read this book. I don't really read humor books that are specifically humor, but I think Ali Wong is a fabulous comedian, and I love her. I love her Netflix specials. They're great, and I'm just excited. I think she's really funny. I really enjoy her brand of humor, and I can't really wait to read that book. I haven't heard anything about it. I'm just excited because it's Ali Wong. The next category is nonfiction, and the winner of that was Girl Stop Apologizing, A Shame-Free Plan for Embracing and Achieving Your Dreams by Rachel Hollis. I'm just gonna say it, I'm very disappointed this book won. I haven't read all of the books in the nonfiction category. Maybe that's something that I can do. Let me know if you want me to read all the books in the nonfiction category, but I'm currently reading She Said, and I'm really enjoying that. I've enjoyed other books that were up for nomination. Also, I thought were really good. Again, I haven't read this book, so I can't really make any judgment calls, but it seems like it's a very self-helpy book, and those books I don't really gravitate to really much at all. And also, I have problems with the author Rachel Hollis. I'm not really going to go into, but it deals a lot with like MLMs, and yeah, not a big fan of MLMs over here on this channel. I haven't really talked about it much, but yeah, we don't like it. From what I know, like, Rachel has been very supportive of MLMs, certain MLMs, and I don't like that. I think it was disappointing for me that that book won, but who knows, maybe I will really like it, and I don't think it has the deserved spot. Going into it with not high hope. I hope those are dashed and that it's an amazing book. I'm not expecting it to be. If you love Girl Stop Apologizing, amazing. I'm so happy for you that you love that book. I just don't know if I will love it. The next category is memoir and biography. The winner was Over the Top, A Raw Journey to Self-Love by Jonathan Van Ness, so Queer Eye. I've heard good things about this memoir. There are trigger warnings for things, so keep that in mind, but I'm very excited. I honestly have not watched much of Queer Eye. Busy life, and it's not exactly my kind of thing. I do like it. And I know lots of people like it, and I'm glad that it's so influential because I know discussions that are had on that show are important discussions. I can't really say anything beyond I'm excited for this book and I'm looking forward to it, and I really hope it stands up to the hype. The book that won the category of history is The Untold Lives of the Women Killed by Jack the Ripper by Holly Rubin. I heard really good things about this. I'm very excited. It was huge in Nonfiction November, and I just didn't read it. I was so swamped in November. Oh my god, I'm so glad it's over. I can't wait to read it. And I think that as a rule, when we talk about serial killers, because there is a phenomenon of romanticizing mass murderers, which in my opinion is not cute. Rapists are not cute. Murderers are not cute, in my opinion. So I think it's awesome that we are shedding light and raising these women up. I don't know much about it beyond that. I'm very excited. The next category is science and technology, and the winner for that is, I actually have it because I really love Caitlin Doughty. It is Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs? Big Questions from Tiny Mortals About Death by Caitlin Doughty. I own a couple of her books. I've not gotten to this book yet. I really love how red this looks under this light. Wow, it's really nice. I really love Caitlin Doughty. I love her channel. It's sparking conversations within my family about death and how we handle that. And it's really important, guys. You really should talk to your families about this sort of stuff, even though it is sad and really, it can be triggering, at least for me. Death is a big trigger for me. I've listened to the snippet that she released in her podcast. I think the podcast is called Death in the Morning. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. And yeah, I'm very, very, very excited to read this. And I already have it. Oh, so excited. This is probably the most anticipated book, or pretty much up there, that for this whole endeavor that I've embarked on for this upcoming year. The next book category is food and cookbooks. And the winner was Antoni in the Kitchen by Antoni Porowski, Mindy Fox, and Ted Allen. It's, again, Queer Eye guy, so I think it is going to talk a lot about, like, self-confidence and, like, kind of his journey and how, like, you can express, like, stuff through food. I don't really know. Maybe I'll read this when I'm taking my cooking class in the summer. I am so excited for that cooking class. Oh my god, it's going to be all about Sichuan food, and Sichuan food is my favorite kind of food. It's a big question mark because I don't know what to expect. The next category is graphic novels and comics, and the winner was Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell. I've heard good things about it. Again, bisexual rep. We love this. We love bisexual rep. Pumpkinheads is going around a lot on BookTube in October because, you know, 'tis the season. It's all about a pumpkin patch. I'm excited. I don't know when I'm going to try and read that. Hopefully soon, because I am still figuring out how to get access to graphic novels and things like that. Excited for Pumpkinheads. Next category is poetry, and the winner was Shout by Laurie Halsey Anderson. Poetry in general can be amazing. I'm just not the biggest poetry person. I like poetry, certain types of poetry. I don't really know what to expect. It's not that I hate poetry. It's never really something that I immediately gravitate towards. I think that poetry can be very powerful. I just don't really know what to expect. It's weird because poetry can be really amazing and really powerful and very moving, but it also can be a dumpster fire. Not that I'm saying Shout is a dumpster fire. Absolutely not. I'm excited for it. I'm kind of excited for it, but I'm also wary. Because it's poetry. Because I'm not the biggest poetry connoisseur. I really like discussing poetry with other people and dissecting poetry rather than just reading poetry. I don't really know. You're gonna see poetry isn't something I really read a lot. The next category is YA fiction, and that is 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Liddipet, Mickey Doughty, and Tobias Solutionist. I don't really know much about this. I think it is either the book that inspired the movie 5 Feet Apart or vice versa. So if that is true, then it's about 2 teenagers falling in love and they're both really sick, and so if they are closer than 5 feet apart, then they're gonna die. But I don't know if that's true, so I don't really know what to expect. But I am optimistic. I'm trying to go into all of these books very optimistic. The next winner is for YA science fiction, and that winner was The Wicked King by Holly Black. And this is the second book in a series, so that means I would have to go back and read the first book in the series, because I personally, when it comes to reading series, like to read them from start to finish, from book 1 to whenever it ends. So it's very important to me to read book number 1, then book number 2, all of that. I can't just go into the middle of the series. I think it'll be fun. It looks interesting. The first book I would have to read is The Cool Prince. If I like both books, maybe I'll finish the entire series. I don't know. I'm just excited to do some exploring into different genres of literature. The next category is middle grade and children's books, and this, of course, it's Rick Riordan's newest book, whenever that happens to be, and this time it happens to be The Tyrant's Tomb. It's part of the Trials of Apollo series. I think what I would have to do in order to read this book, or what I want to do, is going to require the most amount of work and the most amount of reading, because that means I want to kind of reread all of the Percy Jackson series and all of the, like, Cursed Olympian stuff. I don't really know, but I think I want to read all of that stuff before going into Trials of Apollo series, and this book specifically, because just background information. Be a fun jaunt back into my childhood. So it's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, and I'm excited. The very last category is picture book, and that is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, The Poetry of Mr. Rogers by Fred Rogers and Josie Carney. I've noticed that Mr. Rogers is everywhere. Yeah, he's really popular, from the book to the movie to the documentary, and I'm kind of excited. I didn't know much about Mr. Rogers until all this stuff started coming out recently. I'm not going to go into reading this picture book after I'd read everything else. It's really going to be just a let's pick up the picture book, and I don't really know where to find it. I'm going to be doing some searching and looking at libraries and all that stuff to hopefully find it. Thank you, weirdos, for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Get to see a little bit of my thoughts, my unresearched thoughts. I didn't really research any of the books, really, in going into this, other than what I knew when I looked up who the winner of the Goodreads Choice Awards were. So yeah, I think this will be a fun adventure. Thank you guys. Do what you gotta do. You know, the subscribe, liking, sharing, all of that stuff. Yeah, if you have any questions, comments, anything, please leave them below, and I will talk back to you, and I'll see you next week. What is going to be posted next week, I do not know.